Hello and welcome back to Irish Uncensored, and I'm here with my buddy Grant, as always. How you doing, Grant?
Very good. How are you doing, Tyler?
Well, we just won, so how would I not be doing good? We smacked them.
Not in the way you'd think, but we did it.
No, it was a little bit ugly, but then we ended up dominating the score.
Yeah,
So we're gonna run through the game. We're gonna talk about our bets that we had predicted to see how we do, and then we're gonna talk just like little things as we go. So we're gonna start in the first quarter. If you want to kick us off, Grant.
for sure. So we talk about this. We talked about this on our pregame. We talked about it on our Purdue postgame. If you are going to take the ball, please play aggressively. Do not. What I don't even know what that was. I mean,
Yeah, it's ugly.
first possession, you come out. You need to set the tone. You need to be creative. You need to do something that's going to at least move the ball.
Yeah, and we didn't, and then we gave them good field position, and they scored a field goal
Yep.
again. It's a repeat of the game before. Again,
Yep.
so terrible.
So they get a field goal. We get the ball back. We move the ball. Cone's throwing, looking decent.
Yep,
We get inside the red zone. We, for whatever reason,
started
decide.
handing off.
You know what a great way to run one time is to run the ball. Let's run it in the red zone. We haven't run it the whole way down here, but when we're like at the 10, let's do it twice.
Yep, in a row.
Twice.
Yeah,
So,
and we knew we wouldn't be able to run the ball significantly against this kind of team. We knew that going in. We knew that right after the first drive. We knew that right after the second drive.
yep. Yep.
And then I think we missed that field goal, right?
Yep, sure did.
Yep.
I think it was from the left hash. Door pushed it.
Like a 40-yarder, 42-yarder, something like that.
We end up so they get the ball. They had that big play, that big pass to their tight end.
Yep.
But ended up going for it on 4th and 1, and we stuff them. I mean, defense came to play. Straight up. I mean, came to play.
Yeah, we came in off of the Purdue game, same streak we already had.
Yep. It was evident. I mean, it was clearly evident that from the jump they were in the zone. So I think once we stopped them, we went down and we got a field goal. 3-3 going into the second quarter, right? We I think we stopped them, or we had the ball. I don't remember. All I know is
not a lot happened in the second quarter.
No, but something that did happen was Jack Cone actually ran the damn ball.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna give you a warning. I'm probably gonna swear a fuck ton. So, in the true meaning of uncensored, if you have small children, you may not want to listen to this with them around because shit's gonna get real. I mean, so Cone ran the ball, and you know what? God bless it. He didn't look terrible doing it. He looked like he would have rather tripped over his own feet, gain yards, but I mean, he did it, and we end up in that second quarter missing a deep throw to Lindsey, underthrew him. Yep. I mean, nothing else.
It was borderline pass interference, although I do. But I mean, even though it might have been pass interference, it should have been a touchdown. Like a good throw, that's a touchdown. So
easy money touchdown. Yep. So we missed that. I felt like when we ended up going for that 4th down in the second quarter, Mayer caught the ball. I felt like he got a bad spot. Ultimately, it didn't matter. We run the ball. We get it. Shockingly, I mean, our offensive line got a little push. Something I don't know if we talked about first. I don't know. I know I saw it in the first quarter. I don't know if I saw it in the second. Was Joe Alt, the freshman tight end / left tackle, just big as shit.
Yeah.
Come in and got some good push. There were a couple plays throughout the game where you just see him pushing somebody all the way down the field, looking like Michael Orr from The Blind Side. Not sure how big the guy was he was blocking, but he was moving his ass. So, love to see that.
Yeah, their defense. So really what the thing we've glossed over is that their defensive line has kind of owned us, and then Jack Cone kind of walked into 2 sacks that he could have just avoided by not moving or just taking one step in a better direction, but he would just like walk into the sack. I don't really know what he's doing. He doesn't have good pocket presence. Like, you're in the pocket, you don't need to look, you just kind of like feel where the pressure's coming from, but there is no pressure. But he steps into the pressure. He
Yeah.
has no pocket presence. And he's a pocket quarterback, so that's not gonna work.
So when we got our field goal, Door hit a 50-plus yarder. I mean,
Yeah, I think it was 52.
Yep, bounce back field goal. Can't be mad
Deep.
about that. Then we have took some notes during the games. That's why you keep seeing me glance away. I'm trying to like think back to what I saw
Yeah.
in the moment. Jordan freaking Botello, man.
Dude,
Jordan
he's a tank.
Oh my gosh.
When he hits you, you go down.
Dude, you go back and you go down. Like,
It looks like it hurts.
it looks like a train hitting a car. Like, it's just like, it's ridiculous. Jordan fucking Botello, man. I mean,
Yeah, let's see him play more.
he was lighting people up. I mean, even when he's not making the play, whoever's in front of him, I feel bad for. That's tough.
Yep.
If he's coming with that kind of every time, man. So we also had it was third down. Wisconsin had the ball. Cam Hart, they threw a flag on a pass interference on Cam Hart. Kyle Hamilton ended up getting the personal foul for hitting low, which, I mean, he did hit low. Now, I don't think it was intentional, but that's how it happened.
Yeah, and I said that about Cam on that play, that he jumped that route, and if the quarterback threw it when he should have thrown it, that would have been a pick. Yep. Cam read it perfectly, and the quarterback blew it. So him blowing it saved them.
Yes, maybe that's why he hesitated.
And also, if he threw it on time, we wouldn't have been able to hit him late because he would have got it out before we could have even hit him.
Yeah.
Really, just the whole thing was lucky.
I have in my notes, D-line getting hella pressure. So D-line going to work.
That's because we bring 4 and 5 the whole game. And when we bring 4, we usually get pressure. And when we bring 5, we always get pressure.
Yep. And then after that, I have Cam Hart monster pick. I mean, just an incredible interception.
He was a man today. He is a beast out there.
Yes.
Our secondary is scary. Our D-line is scary. And with Botello out there, we're scary. Honestly, our defense, when we're playing, we said this. When we play high, we are incredible defensive.
Yep. Cam fucking Hart. Great. I mean, beautiful pick. Beautiful pick. Then let's see what happened after that. We ended up with a deep ball to Kevin Austin. That was the one that he caught
on the left side.
Yep, caught it. Took a few steps. The guy ends up ripping it out, but he had the ball across the plane, and I thought it was a touchdown, especially after watching the review.
I did too, but I thought they were going to overturn it just because it sucks, because it's college football. It's football.
Great concentration by him.
Yeah, it was a great throw too. He gave him a chance. He didn't underthrow or overthrow. It was just where it needed to be. It might not have been like the perfect throw, but it was good.
Okay, so we go into the half 10-3, right? So in my head, I was like, okay, I need to think like some things that happened in the first half. And I mean, just to be honest, Notre Dame was extremely blessed. So
again,
yes. So just off the top, like just thinking back then. So Cone, first drive, Wisconsin dropped a pick six. It hit the dude in the throat. Like, catch the ball, dude. Like, that Wisconsin guy, whoever it was, you're a trash can. He drops the pick six, and then we had Kyron fumble, and it luckily bounced back.
Bounced right back to him. That was a blessing.
It was a great play, maybe even by that trash can. I don't know who it was.
And we gave up, was it 5 sacks in the first half?
4 or 5. I'm not exactly.
I know they put up 4 on the screen, but I think you said it was actually 5.
Yeah.
In the first half.
4 after 4, and then they regressed. I don't know how that happened. But so we had that. We had the pass interference. So we threw the ball to Tyree out of the backfield. Their linebacker hooked him, and it got tipped up in the air, picked off.
Yeah.
There's another one. Blessed. # blessed. And then we had is it Mertz or Ertz or whatever the hell
that
is?
It's
I don't
Mertz.
care. Mertz. missed a wide open shot down the field.
Yep.
Wide open. And this was us out of a timeout, and we didn't know how to line up. We got torched. Our corner's still running out to try to get out there and try to cover receiver. Torched.
Mm-hmm.
Straight torched. Graham overthrows him. Sorry, Graham. Sorry.
Yep.
Wisconsin hit that big shovel pass.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if it was an official shovel pass, but a shovel pass.
It was like a basketball pass.
Yeah, we had it blown up. We were there. We just didn't execute, and they took it down, and then they just kind of dinked and dunked us into the end zone. Now we're sitting here.
2 more nice passes in a row, I believe.
Yeah. Yep, we're tied up at 10. We're just not moving the ball.
No.
Cone gets rolled up on, ankles fucked. You can see it as soon as it happens.
But he stays in.
Yeah, I respect the toughness. However, Cone, you can't move with 2 ankles. You couldn't move with 3 ankles.
Yeah.
So when your one is bad, dude, I need you to stay on the ground.
Yeah.
Or at least come out after the play, hobble to the sideline, do something. I mean, it was basically a wasted drive because the next play you didn't step in your throw.
Yeah, he hopped throwed and that didn't work either. But
no, and he's going out, and it's so. And my notes kind of stopped there because I talked to Tyler the entire second half on the phone for the last 2.5 hours. But going into when Pyne came in, the first 2 throws, decent throws, connects with.
He looked great. He had that one moving right where he kind of threw back across his body a little bit, and it was just on the money for a first down. And then he had another one to the left. It looked fantastic. He looked more athletic with better passing already. I know he had one that was a little behind the receiver on the left side, but it was still a good pass. He gave him a chance to catch it, which is what Cone doesn't always do.
Yep. Well, and the thing of it is the one ball I think you're talking about where he threw back to Avery Davis and Avery Davis put upfield. That's a sack if that's Jack Cone.
Yep.
Because he wouldn't have even got there. Pyne used his legs. He got out there. He's more athletic. He's faster. And quite honestly, the balls he was throwing had a lot of zip. I mean, they were on a rope. I mean, they were fast balls coming at you.
And then so that's how the third quarter basically ended. And then Purdue came in and kicked a field goal, I believe, to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it ended up being 13-10. Yeah, 13-10. We're just starting the fourth, and that's when Notre Dame just unleashed the world onto Purdue. We're down 13-10. They kick it to Tyree. And what do you know, Tyler, when you run back kicks, when you give a guy who runs a legit 4-3 a chance, good things happen. What do you know?
He ran it all the way back. It was such a nice run. He had a huge, wide mouth open hole that he hit and then just juked out one guy and took it all the way down. It was such a nice run.
Fast as shit. Just out of there. They weren't catching him. They were not touching Chris Tyree on that. And we go up 17-13. We ended up getting a fumble and got it about the 50-ish.
Yep.
We walked down the field and Drew Pyne hits Kevin Austin
just right up the middle of the field. Beautiful.
Breaks a tackle and he's getting there. So it's now we're up 11. Feels really comfortable at this point because we are dominating their O-line.
We're already looking like we're going to put it away at 11, and then they come back, and this is when Hart gets another pick, right?
Yes, Hart's pick came next. Yep.
Yeah. So Hart got the pick and ran it out on the bottom of the screen, basically the left side of the field as he's running. Yep. So we're starting to lay it on him. It's looking really good. And then they get the ball back again.
Well, we got the door field goal.
Yeah, the door field goal. We didn't really do anything on that one.
No, we just ran it. We didn't do shit.
Yep. And then they get the ball back again. And we get another pick. Who picked off this one? It was 24, right? Kaiser picked off this one.
Yep.
And he ran it all the way back. So game over.
Jack fucking Kaiser, baby.
Yep. They get the ball back again, and we do it again with Drew White.
Yep.
Number 40. Another pick six. So I mean, we literally just like talked about 2 pick sixes in like 2 seconds. Our defense just stepped up. It was amazing. Like we really looked so good. We scored 31 points in the fourth quarter.
Yep. And I mean, major shout out to Howard Cross, man. You stepped in for Kurt Heinisch, and Cross was making plays. Jacob Lacey made some big plays. I mean, we just beat Wisconsin without arguably our most veteran interior run defender in Heinisch. I mean, 6-year senior. I'm not saying he's always the best, most athletic guy, but from a knowledge and leadership standpoint, I don't think you can underestimate him not being on the field, how much that hurt.
Yeah, and our fifth year transfer quarterback at the end of the game too.
Yeah. Yep.
Like so that was basically the rundown of the game, but just like the overall thoughts on the game, there's no doubt in my mind Pyne needs to be playing. Cone's upside isn't worth his downside because his upside isn't very high and his downside is not very good either. It's just like he's just right here.
Yep.
It's kind of like how Tommy Reese always was good. He's better than Tommy Reese. So like Tommy Reese was here, but Tommy Reese was never terrible. So he just was like, okay, we know what we're getting. Well, Cone is worse than Tommy Reese when he's bad, and he's better than Tommy Reese when he's good, but he's still like right there. Yeah. And Pyne has already looks more athletic and can throw the ball deeper, and he looks like he's more accurate. He definitely has more zip on the ball.
Hands down more zip.
And I don't think his downside's lower. I mean, we barely saw him, so it's hard to say. But
well, and I'll say this. This is the only reason that I hesitate to think, and I know there's not a ton of film out there on Drew Pyne anyway, like even if they did try to prepare for Drew, but Wisconsin spent their time preparing for anti-speed Jack Cone and Tyler Buckner, which we now know that since Tyler didn't play, that his hamstring really wasn't all good. Smartly didn't tell Wisconsin, so they had to prepare for Buckner and spend time out of their practice weeks, which was 2 of them, 2 practice weeks, preparing for Buckner and Notre Dame. So they didn't prepare for Pyne. So I don't know that their defense entirely knew what Pyne was about. I don't know if they knew that he was that fast. I don't know if they knew he could put zip on the ball like that. Because, I mean, he hit Mayer over the middle, too, for a beautiful throw. I mean, it might have been the best-looking throw of the day, minus, the Kevin Austin touchdown. But, I mean, that's the only thing I could say is, like, the slight, like for me. But ultimately, I don't – if you say that Cone looked better than Pyne in that game, you're crazy.
Yeah, I know for sure you were already calling out for Buckner, like, two drives in, at least to give him a shot. And obviously we found out 2 quarters later that he wasn't going to come in no matter what because he was hurt, which we didn't know. Yeah. But he just doesn't give us a lot of upside. But I'll tell you right now, that Mertz guy on Wisconsin, he is nothing.
No.
He had 2 weeks to prepare for us, and that's what they did.
That's all?
They look terrible. Like, we said Wisconsin's overrated. I think we undersold that.
Yeah.
They are overrated. We didn't even play that good, and we smacked the shit out of them.
No bullshit, Tyler. We should have been up 20-3 going into that.
Yeah.
20-3.
Yeah, and we weren't, and we still smacked them. Of course, we got maybe a couple. I don't know if I'd call them lucky. Like, they were throwing the ball around, but we got 2 nice pick sixes. Like,
can't knock us for that. I mean, that's what we do. That's what Marcus Freeman's defenses do. I mean, we turnovers. How many picks do we have? How many turnovers do we have against Florida State? 3. Forced 3 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Purdue, I don't know that we forced many or any.
It's like we're putting our defense. I think I can safely say we've put it together now. That's back-to-back weeks. We've only given up 1 touchdown to the overrated piece of shit Big Ten.
Yep.
So it comes with an asterisk because the Big Ten is not good. They never will be good. They never were good, and anyone that says they were good only watches Big Ten football. So
Minnesota lost to Bowling Green State.
Yeah, there's always one good team, but I'm just saying as a whole, Big Ten sucks. Hot take, but it's not a hot take because it's a fact.
No. It's not a bold prediction. It's
bold prediction. They play good defense because they don't have any good offenses.
Mm,
That Big Ten defense looks good out there. Yeah, but like the quarterback can't throw and stuff. So
yeah, makes sense. It's crazy. So I mean, now, I mean, Kelly came out just like we talked about this. He came out and he said, "Cohn's our quarterback." After the game, there was a
yeah.
soft tissue injury. He expects him to be ready for Cincinnati. Uh, I mean, it's BK. I'm sure he's going to still roll Cohn out there just because.
How could you not? If you were BK, you'd probably be saying the same thing. It just sucks because I don't know what I'd be saying. You can't just say that he just got hurt. He's a fifth year transfer. Like, what are you going to say? Well, we had a couple good drives. He's not our quarterback. Like, he
Yeah,
has to say that. But I think his leash is shorter now.
Yeah.
And I hope that's true.
Yeah.
Because I know we'll just ride or die with somebody. But man,
here's an interesting thing though. Moving forward for Notre Dame, if you're an opposing defense, you have to prepare for all three of our quarterbacks.
Yeah,
they all do something different. They all do something different.
Yep, our worst one might be our starter, which is weird. And he's still good. Like Cohn's not bad. He just doesn't give us a lot of upside either.
I'm okay with Jack Cohn. If we had last year's O-line with Jack Cohn, I think that I would be so in love with Jack Cohn.
I don't think so. I think we'd be happy, but he's already missed wide open receivers.
I think some of it is though, he's like, because he's been hit so much and because of like
this. It could be. That's just his reaction. Yeah, he's a little shaky in the pocket and stuff.
The internal clock is just like off. He's just not doing it.
Yeah.
And that might be some of it, but at the end of the day, dude, fifth year senior, come on, man. You wouldn't have been any better behind Wisconsin's O-line today, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
We just whooped that ass. Dominated.
Yeah, it was a fun one. So we'll talk about our bets now. So we took Notre Dame money line, which was like plus 190 to win.
Yep.
Just a straight up win. And we said we would take that. We obviously got that.
We did.
And then the other bet was Notre Dame plus 6.5.
Yeah.
And
so that was probably the biggest no-brainer.
Yeah, and we won. So we won that by a lot. And then what was the other one?
Oh, Notre Dame over 19.5.
Yep. And we got that. We scored 31 in the fourth quarter. So
we should have had 20 in the first half, but we can't throw deep balls. So
yep.
Either way, we still hit it. So we are this first week doing it. So we are 3 for 3 on our weekly Notre Dame bets. So we'll have to give you guys some more for the Cincy game.
So hopefully, if you guys did listen to us, we came out and we won those. So that we're doing good, and it doesn't make any difference if you don't bet. It's just for fun, Yep. We're 3 for 3 on the bets. Let's see how we do, and we're not always going to be for Notre Dame either. I think there's going to be weeks where we're like, oh, this is a better bet, and not necessarily thinking that Notre Dame's going to lose, but this next one will be very interesting with Cincinnati. I'm interested to see what the bets will be.
Right. So kind of real quick, just funny because I talked to you about this, Tyler. Earlier in the week when we were talking about the money line, I was telling Tyler that I talked to my wife about betting $5,000 on Notre Dame to win. I don't know. I just had a feeling that Wisconsin was overrated. Like I didn't wager $5,000. My wife would have killed me, but but like imagine if I did, we would have.
Yeah.
Been, I wouldn't.
You would have won. You would have been netting like $9,000 or something.
Something like that. I mean, that's the point. It's like it was just a feeling, and it turned out that a lot of our feelings were correct. But
yep. And the game ball, Brian Kelly's game ball went to Cam Hart and Drew Pyne, which that's great. And you said maybe Austin, if not Pyne.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I mean, Kevin Austin, 2-touchdown game. He had some monster catches. I mean, clutch. I mean, besides the touchdowns,
the first half touchdown was huge. We needed that.
He had a catch on third down from Pyne that was stupid low. I mean, it was a good throw, but low where it needed.
Yeah, it wasn't stupid low. It was just a little. It was like
it was.
He had the bend.
Dropped it. I wouldn't have been upset. Like
I don't know. I would have been. You're a receiver. That wasn't a bad enough throw, but
No, but he caught it first down, and that was
yeah.
big. I mean, he stepped up when it mattered. Oh, dude, Kyron and Tyree in the running or in the passing game, blocking.
Oh
Man,
man.
wow.
Looked so good. They did last week too. I don't think we brought
Oh,
it up, but damn.
they did an incredible job of picking up the blitz. I mean, Kyron's sitting there stoning guys that are 250, 260 blitzing with a full head of steam while standing still.
There
Like,
was one I think we scored a touchdown on that was up the middle. I wish I remembered what quarter it was from. Maybe you'll remember, but the guy ran straight up the middle and he stoned him, and we still didn't pass it. And he like tried to get through him again, and he blocked him again, and we had a huge pass out of it.
that might have been the Pyne to Mayor. It might have been. I don't know.
I don't
There's,
remember,
yeah,
but man, it was nice.
I mean, there was a lot of excellent pickups by them. I mean, they did their job. I thought overall, I mean, Tommy Reese is calling a hit or miss game to me. We just come out way too conservative. If you're gonna take the ball, take it and do something.
Yep.
And then our first possession in the second half, it was the same shit. It was like,
I think if you're
dude,
taking the ball, we should be throwing it 3 times, 4 times in a row.
yes, dude,
Like,
especially against Wisconsin.
yeah, like,
Especially against Wisconsin. What
yeah,
are we doing?
yep. Especially against a team we know can stop the run. Wisconsin is not that good. Like, this is a good win, but how good of a win is it? I'm really not sure. Next week, I think that is going to be our like. We'll know what we are next week.
Yeah,
Because we can't slip up. What we did this week and last week versus Purdue, we can't start out. This isn't a Big Ten team that's soft. We have to actually come to play.
Oh my gosh, I
Poor
mean,
Big
you're
Ten.
completely correct, and I mean, you're right. We have to come out. This is the thing, and we have not put it all together yet. We are
No.
still. We are not even at our ceiling. Like, think about how crazy that is.
Yep.
We just hung 41 on Wisconsin, and I don't give a shit what you say. They were just throwing the ball recklessly at the end of the game. We fucking housed those. We housed that
Yeah.
shit.
And
That's
even if we didn't, like, we still could have scored more. Like, we could have put up 55 again. We 2 more touchdowns easily.
we were
So
6.5-point dogs to those chumps.
yeah, yeah.
6.5-point dogs. We whooped that ass. Yeah, it was nerve wracking until the fourth quarter. My heart was beating, and I was nervous. But at the end of the day, when it came down to it, we smacked them.
I never felt that nervous. I don't know why, but I should have felt more nervous when we were down 13-10, probably because we ran it back as soon as that happened. I didn't even have time to feel nervous. We scored that touchdown, stopped them, and then did it again. It was like, oh, I guess I don't need to be too nervous. Like, here we come.
I don't have them up in front of me, but our defensive stats, I think they were 0 for 7 on third down in the first half and 0 for 1 on fourth down. Literally didn't convert a third down.
And they had been doing really well on third down. We brought that up in the pregame.
Yep.
We were really like
The same
bringing
thing.
it.
The same thing for their defense. They were stuffing people on third down. I think we were 4 of 10, which is significantly 4 of 10 or 4 of 8. I don't know. In the first half, which was significantly greater than anyone else had done. And we had converted a fourth down in the game too. So it was like, I mean, what did you think of? And I know this is going to probably run long, but I have so much to talk about. What did you think about the O-line push? Because there were some runs that we had where it was like, damn.
Yeah, all of a sudden I want to say it was like it had to be in the late third quarter when we weren't moving the ball very well. We got a couple really nice runs in there.
Yeah. There was push.
On
And
the left side especially. I don't know exactly who those guys are, but the left side looked strong there for a second.
yeah. And the thing of it is that what we would do though, the problem was we would follow that with a false start.
Yes. Oh my God. There were so many times where we had like 2nd and 5, and then we'd get a false start, and then it was 1st and 10 again, or 2nd and 10. It was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Or we do it on first down. We'd be 1st and 15, and then we'd gain 9. It's
Yep.
like, damn it, man.
And that's why I'm saying we are not even playing. We are like, I don't even know if we're at like 50 or 60% capacity.
I'd say we're at like 60,
Yeah.
65. Like we're playing, we're there. We're
Yeah.
there. We're right there. But if we put it together, we're gonna be scary. And we said that's the thing though. I said this. Is this gonna be what we are? That we're going to be scary? Or is there ever a point where we're actually scary?
Yeah.
Because we have to actually be scary.
Yeah.
If we come out like we could kill Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But
Oh, murder.
can we? Because we've proven now the last 2 weeks that we can't.
Yeah.
Even though we've won and we've won handily, we did not do it the way we could have.
No.
So I don't know what we are yet. Are we a top 10 team or are we a top 3 team?
Right.
Because we will be a top 3 team. I know that if we step up.
Yeah.
Because our defense is that good and our offense has that much potential.
If our offensive line, it's so hard to talk about because I feel like with Cone, we're capped.
Yeah.
I feel like with Cone, we might be close to the sun offensively.
Still though, like if he makes those throws,
Yeah, if he's hitting, I mean, we're okay. We're at the peak with Cone if he's not hitting the throws, which he hasn't. He hasn't hit them all year. I mean, he's hit a few balls here and there. I'm not saying you're gonna hit every deep throw, but damn, dude, like you don't bring anything to the table in the run game. You aren't necessarily the strongest arm because you're underthrowing everything. Like at some point, you have to be like, hey, what are we doing?
yeah.
But if we have, but my point is that we could be so much better if our O line continues to grow and develop, which I don't know if they will. I don't know if they can. I mean, man, imagine Cone if our O line improves, he could improve too. I mean,
Oh yeah, definitely. He's already shown improvement like in game when we decide to block for him. So let's just do that.
right, and that's yeah. I mean, the sky is the limit, and I don't think we're really near the sky, especially if we start to hit on a few more of these plays. Like I just want us to hit where we're supposed to be. And we talked about it last week. Like as a fan, you expect certain things because you know everything about the recruits and the classes and they're all combined together and you know that we have these 4 and 5-star linemen that should just be able to block and transfers. And if our O line had it together, top 3 team.
Yep. Mayer hasn't really done a ton the last 2 weeks. I know against Purdue, I think he only had 1 catch. I don't know how many he had today. Maybe 3.
He was double covered a lot against Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue was all over him. So I'm not blaming him, but I know him not being involved has definitely made our wide receivers kind of step up and look really good. It's not a negative.
I don't know if you've noticed, and maybe it's just me. I mean, because I haven't gone back and just watched every single game over. Cone doesn't really necessarily he had to throw to Mayer, but he doesn't, I feel like, work the middle of the field sometimes like he should. Like a lot of his stuff seems to be like sideline stuff.
I feel like in the first 2 games he did because he was open.
Maybe most recently,
but
that's why.
He hasn't the last 2 games at all. But it's hard to say why that is because then we had Pyne come in and he had that touchdown up the middle, which was nice.
Yep.
Didn't he have the other throw to Mayer too?
Yep, he had a throw to Mayer that was
like right up the middle.
Yeah.
So
it just
different
because against Wisconsin, it didn't feel like Cone was attacking the middle of the field. Mm-hmm. But that could be me. Maybe I just didn't notice. Maybe I'm unobservant when it comes to that. But the bottom line is we could be awesome. Moving forward, we have Cincinnati, and we have the other tough games. We play North Carolina, we're at Virginia Tech, USC at home. Like there are other tough teams, but here's the thing: if we get past Cincinnati, what's in front of us is going to stop us from running this thing.
Well, Notre Dame is we are our worst enemy this year.
If we beat Cincinnati, are we running the table?
I don't know because we're our worst enemy this year. We've kept 2 teams in it with us and Purdue. And this game, all 4 games we've played, we've been in it with the other team because of us. Had nothing to do with the other team.
Yep.
I literally like fully believe that the other teams weren't involved in them being close. I think
Yeah.
it was our fault.
I
So
will
yeah,
say,
if we decide to play, then no, we're gonna win every game. But if we play like this, if we keep teams in the game every single game, we're gonna get beat. We can't let teams stick around for no reason.
here's the thing. So, like, you remember like Clemson when they had Taj Boyd
Mm-hmm.
and they switched to Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor Lawrence took them to the show. And I'm not saying anything like that's going to happen for Notre Dame, but I 100% believe that our best shot of like increasing like our trajectory to see how good we can be is not with Jack Cohn. I mean, he might go out
No.
there and play, he might start, but you're going to have to mix guys in. And I don't know that we're going to do it at the rate to where it's going to all line up. Like, there's going to be
Yeah.
a game where shit goes sideways. The defense can't hold and carry us because flat out, we talked about this. It should have been a shutout in the first half.
Yep.
A shutout. Our offense is setting our defense up for failure.
Didn't I say that for the Purdue game too? That if we didn't give the ball, that
Yep.
they would have been shut out in the first half, and it's the same thing now.
Yep.
So that's back-to-back games where the exact same thing happened.
The offense is hurting the
The
defense.
offense got them 3 points to start the game.
Yep. Just handed it to them.
Puts us in a hole, puts us like behind. They get ball at half. I mean, in my opinion, that's like 99% coaching. Because if I was the coach and I noticed that, I'd be like, oh, I'm not doing that fucking game because that's stupid.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just more like I said, if you're going to be aggressive, be aggressive. If you're not, don't take the ball. Because now, here's the thing. Now that our defense is that good, why wouldn't you defer?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you defer?
Our D is
go out there and
scary.
just slap somebody, some team right in the forehead.
And even if they score, even if they do get a field goal, like at least we get ball at half now instead of giving them 3 and they get ball at half. Like, shit. We've only given up 2 touchdowns the last 2 weeks against 2 Big Ten teams. Of course, it's Big Ten, so like we know they suck, but it's still like technically a conference that people pretend to respect. So we have to like kind of respect it. Even though I don't.
Oh my gosh. You're right. It's just I know
Cincinnati scares me 50 times more than Purdue or Wisconsin.
I agree.
Like combined. It put the teams together, and Cincinnati scares me more.
Yeah. I mean, and even Cincinnati struggled. I mean, they've struggled in games this year. I think because we're Notre Dame, when we struggle against teams, it is just amplified by 100 because of the media, because of our fan base.
And like, because of us just following them too, like we're so diehard. And
well, I mean, okay, for example, Oklahoma struggled with Nebraska and Tulsa.
Yeah,
struggled, almost lost.
I think we're recording this Saturday night, and they're on right now. They were tied.
Really?
Like, when I came in here, they were tied. It was like 7-7 or something.
And that's my point. Clemson lost, right?
Clemson lost. They're 2-2.
Clemson.
People made fun of us for like beating Florida State in overtime because Florida State lost after that. Like, I don't give a shit. Give me the win, man. Fucking win the game. Who cares?
Eating W's.
Bottom line is, if you're going to play bad, win.
Yeah.
Because in college football, you can't afford a loss, and Notre Dame really can't afford a loss because we're not in a conference. We don't get the conference championship. We can't have that. Oh, Ohio State beat a shitty team in the Big Ten conference championship, so let's give them a higher seed because they played an extra trash can.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny because it's true. But I mean, we can't afford to lose. But I mean, these teams have struggled. Like even Florida came back on Bama a little bit. Like, you put out something on the Irish Uncensored Facebook page, which if you're not a member of, please join and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
It's down there,
down in the
description.
But we talked about, like, somebody put something out like pretenders and contenders and whatnot, and it's like, dude, you put Oklahoma in the contender category, and they've tripped through most of their games just like Notre Dame has.
Yep.
But one of us is a contender and one of us is a pretender. I'm not saying we're a contender. I'm just saying that if we're not a contender, then neither is Oklahoma based on what.
Yeah. I don't think it's so hard to say. We have the potential to definitely be a contender, but we're not there yet.
No, we're not
That's
there.
the best way to put it. Like, we should be a contender. If we decide to put it all together, we will be. Next week will be very, very telling.
Yeah. If we go out and we lay the wood against Cincinnati, I mean,
I
that
expect them to. I don't know like what I'm gonna pick yet, but I really do think we're gonna win, and I think we're gonna win by double digits. But
I mean, here's the thing. People act like, Cincinnati's good. They're gonna have the best quarterback we play probably all year. I mean, which we play some pretty damn good quarterbacks this year with Sam Howell and Cincinnati's guy Ritter, whatever his name is, Desmond Ritter. I don't know. But we play some good quarterbacks,
they
and
better have a good fucking O line because our D line and our
they're fun.
blitzing is scary. That is scary. You know how our team's not scary yet? That's already fucking scary.
We didn't even talk about this real quick. How many holds? We were talking on the phone. This is just
Oh
second half.
man.
This is
Yeah.
only the second half. How many holds did we see from that O line from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Brian Kelly needs to be sending that tape in because that's some damn bullshit.
Yeah,
I
there was a couple
swear
times where
Kobe
we
got
had multiple holds on the same play
yeah.
that weren't called. Like, literally, the guy just like had him across, and the guy was just like, "Call the fucking hold."
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, it was bad. I mean, you're like every play. I'm like, oh, there's a hold. There's two holds. He's still holding him. Actually, like we're like
Yeah.
talking through the play, and he's being held the entirety of the time, and nothing's happening. No flag.
Luckily, it didn't matter because our defense just stepped up so much on like a team that thinks they're good.
Yeah, I mean, most Big Ten teams think they're good, but then they end up just not being.
Big Ten defense, baby.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Big Ten in basketball too. A lot of their teams, like everyone's like when it's 54-50 in a game, and they're like, "Wow, what good
Oh, I don't even
defense!" And
want to
then they
get
play
into
some
college
team.
basketball right now.
It's just like,
Not even going to get into that.
you know what I mean?
I do. I'm not even
You know
going
what
to
I'm
talk about it.
low scoring Big Ten basketball games, and they just call
Yeah.
it good, and it is what it is. That's the Big Ten.
Yeah.
But I mean, all in all, Tyler, final thoughts. Let's wrap this up. We've gone
Final thoughts. Our defense is awesome. Cam Hart's a beast. I hope Pyne gets to play a little bit. If we step up, I said it last week. I'm going to be on repeat. Like, we have so much fucking potential. We are going to be that team, that Notre Dame team that everyone hates. Like, oh, Notre Dame again, undefeated. They don't play anybody, even though we are playing everybody. And even though two of them are Big Ten teams, and they don't really count. But besides that, like, we have so much potential, and if we just keep improving, which we already are, we're on the upward trajectory. We win this week, like Grant said, we could win out.
Yep, we could definitely run the table. My final thoughts would just be echo Tyler's. Cam Hart, monster game, way to step up and be the guy in a clutch situation. Offensively, we're not there, but we're getting there. I hope that we can see a little bit more Pyne. I know Kelly said it's Cone, but I don't know how you go back and break down the film and go, yeah, Cone's the guy. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting week. Can't wait to see the practice report, or maybe Cone's injury is more serious than we think, and he'll be out at least one more week. Wouldn't make me too upset if he was, because I feel like we have capable backups. But that's all I got for this week. We're going to come to you next week pregame for some 3 fresh bets. See what we can work up for you. If you bet with us this week, you would have made a lot of money.
You would have won 3 of them. All you need to do is win 2 of them to win money if you bet the same amount. So
half the game I was talking to Tyler going, I hope that we all, well, at least one of our bets hits.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we hit them all in the 4th quarter alone.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's it for today. Irish fucking uncensored. In the future, we'll probably be cussing more. We've been trying to keep it a little PG. We posted on Facebook, but we're gonna get more fucky as we go.
Yes, we are.
But come back. Make sure you like and subscribe, and join the Irish Facebook group in the description. So thanks for watching, guys.
Go fucking Irish.
Go fucking Irish.